Sean Granville-Ross joins me now from Edinburgh. He's the Africa Regional Director for Mercy Corps, a humanitarian aid organization. Sean, welcome to the program. We've got drought, malnutrition, starvation, so much going on. 4 rainy seasons have come and gone with no rain. How unusual is this in the Horn of Africa, or is this, in fact, the new normal because of climate change?
Yeah, hello there. Yeah, so I think that this is probably more closer to the new normal. Over the decades, we've had droughts every 5 years, every 7 years, and now increasingly we see it more and more recently happening with a greater frequency, which is really probably just the tip of the iceberg in terms of recognizing that the climates have changed, and these are the sorts of consequences that we need to be preparing for going into the future.
Is anyone listening? I mean, I feel like we talk about the dangers of climate change, at least those of us in the media, repeatedly over and over again. But what needs to happen for world leaders in that part of the world, activists, politicians, to take it more seriously?
Yeah, I think finally people are beginning to recognize the implications and the urgency of the need to not only meet the immediate needs of the people that are affected and impacted by these sorts of droughts and these sorts of changes in the climate, but more importantly also recognizing that there's an incredible amount of science, technology, existing research and know-how around how we can tackle and address the changes in climate. And so there's an urgency now amongst those of us and those partners and organizations working in these regions to not only meet the immediate needs, but to also recognize it's time to bring to bear a lot of that know-how and knowledge so that we can start to build long-term resilience and enable people to manage the implications of the changes in climate.
And let's talk about those implications for millions across the Horn of Africa. What does it mean for them?
Yeah, those implications are for real. In the arid and semi-arid lands of the Horn of Africa, once you start to lose your livelihoods, your assets, which are your livestock, you really are in a situation where you've lost everything. And what we see now, obviously, in places like Somalia, is people migrating, people moving to the urban centers, ending up in displacement camps in search of those sorts of help and need to meet their immediate needs. So the situation is pretty dire right now.
And Sean, what's going to happen if this drought continues? We're hearing from forecasters who say the next October to December rains, they're likely to fail too.
Yeah, I mean, I think finally the global world has woken up to the situation, so we're beginning to see resources being made available. We're beginning to see the relevant organizations engage. Now is the time to also start to engage with the relevant host country governments to meet those immediate needs. But like I said, we also need to be thinking about what are the opportunities for building the resilience of these communities, understanding how we can begin to enable people to protect the assets they have and rebuild their lives once we've managed to meet their immediate needs.
And Sean, what would be your message to climate deniers?
No, there is no denial now. We can see the real implications. As you said yourself, there's 23 million people in the Horn of Africa who no longer have enough food, who go to bed every night hungry.
We'll have to leave it there. Let's leave it on that powerful message. Sean Granville-Ross, thank you very much.